thousands of staff members from the country's state-run daycares are protesting this week now for the third day in a row, holding rallies in major cities and waging an open-ended strike over the low wages and worsening work conditions. Now, the closures have kept at least 60,000 infants and toddlers home over just the last 3 days, raising the pressure on government officials. But both the welfare and economy ministers expressed support for the quote-unquote justified demands of the protesters. Now, the daycares warned the state a month ago that they would strike over the severe staffing shortages and low salaries unless a solution was found. And for much more on the subject here, joined by Anita Friedman, the chairperson for the World Veto, joins us from Jerusalem here. Really appreciate you being with us in the midst of this central crisis here. But the politicians seem to be sympathetic from what they're saying, at least. So what is the holdup? What are the main sticking points right now?
Mainly for the Ministry of Treasury to sit down with us and start the negotiations. We haven't had a word from them. Yesterday we met them, but you know, what we require from our government is just to make sure that our caretakers are taken care of. What do I mean by this? They have a very, very small salary for the very difficult work that they do. We have 2,000 daycare centers in Israel that are regulated by the government. This means that the government budgets us. Now, the situation is that the new government decided to transfer the daycare centers from the Ministry of Welfare to the Ministry of Education. But all the budgetary issues stayed at the Ministry of Economy. And we're trying to sit with them to make sure that we get what's needed. We have a huge crisis in our hands. We have a shortage of caretakers. They don't want to come and work. Their work is very difficult. If I compare with the OECD, which is our standard, instead of having 4 kids per caretaker, we have here in Israel, the standard is 6 kids. And when I mean kids, it's babies from the age of 3 to the age of 6 months. If we go a little higher, ages 6 months to 1 and a year and 3 months, it's 9 babies per caretaker. And then after that is 11 and 12 babies per caretaker. It's something that it's unsustainable. And that's why we're coming to the government. We have a huge shortage because of this issue. The first issue is the salary. The second issue is the amount of caretakers per children. And we're just asking from everybody here to sit with us to open negotiations because the situation cannot be continued like this. So I'm right now at the Knesset trying to lobby different Knesset members to support our issue. And the support means to give us a first transfer for the salary of these caretakers.
How are you being received so far? And as you mentioned, certainly anyone with children those ages knows what a handful that is here. So nothing small about the task at hand for these caretakers. But at the Knesset, as you mentioned here today, what kind of welcome are you receiving? What are they telling you?
Look, everybody's supporting us, but nobody is willing to endanger their position or the coalition for this issue. And the problem is that this is the time that we just have no choice. Everybody's telling us, wait. We've waited since 2016 for the government to sit with us and take care of the whole area of early childhood, which is the only area that it's still not taken care of. You know, the government pays here for education from year 3 all the way to university. But children are not born by the age of 3. And if we want people to improve themselves, to go out and work, and if we want these women, you know, we have 17,000 women working in the daycare centers in the different organizations. And we have to take care of them. We have to make sure that they have a salary that they can live with. So this certainly is mainly
a tall order. Anita Friedman, thanks for being with us. And of course, good luck in your efforts here ongoing as they are here to solve the issue with the country's daycares.
Thank you.